Good morning and welcome to Cindy's Kitchen. We are so glad that you are here. Are you brand new? Cindy's Kitchen is a cooking community. We sit and talk, we chitty chat, we share things, we share tips, we share recipes, we share ideas. It's a cook along. And so we invite you to pull up your cup of coffee or tea or whatever it is you're drinking and pull up a chair around the kitchen bar or the kitchen table and say hello. Tell us where you're from and join our little community family of people who love to cook. I'm Cindy and we're live from Houston, Texas. I feel like that live from Houston, Texas. I don't know, right? Let me get my iPad just because you know how Facebook has been. How's everybody doing this morning? It's a beautiful day. Hey, Debbie and Sue, good to see you. Good to see you guys. Everybody's doing well, I hope. Right? Oh, there we go. Joan, you're here. And Charlene and or Mom, right? Debbie, good morning from sunny Illinois. Let's see. Anne from the UK is here. There we go. Now we're cooking. Oh, Lori's here from Maryland. Good to see you, Lori. Good to see you. Very exciting. You know, I have to say, since Rebecca from More Polish Pottery was with us last week, my kitchen seems a little empty. It seems, and it definitely is more quiet. So there you go. Hey, Janet from sunny, warm Spokane. You know, Lori's from Maryland. I have to say, it is, it's overcast, it's windy, and it's starting to get a little cold here in Houston. I mean, really? Cold in Houston? I think this week, one night, there's a low of 48. I mean, we're in April. How can we have... Linda Sue, you're in the hospital? Oh, well, I'm glad you're watching, but let us add Linda Sue to our prayer list. Sweetie, I hope you get better, whatever's going on with you. Know that I've added you to our prayers. Sunny but chilly in Chicagoland. I know when Rebecca left, she had on her shorts, and I said, sweetie, you need to take those shorts off and put those jeans back on. It was like 77 in Houston when she left. And she was flying into Chicago, and I want to say it was 55. So I was like, whoo, that's a 20 degree dip. All right, well, let's get started. Shall we get started? Hey, Sally, Loisanne, good to see you. Susan, good to see you. All right, so let us raise our cups. Raise your cups. It's time for coffee clinks. And let us cheer. Cheers. Gotta love the coffee. All right. So let's get started. Today, I actually, you know, a lot of times I have to run to the store. Tuesday could get an inch of wintry stuff in Chicago. Wow, that's something. I usually will say, oh, I want to do this, and then have to go to the store because I'm missing one ingredient or two ingredients or whatever it is. But this morning, I literally stood in front of the pantry. Good morning, Susan. Hi, Alice. And said, what can I make with what's in my pantry? Literally, that's what I did. The pantry and the refrigerator. And that was it. And so this is the casserole that I'm putting together. And you're like, is this a recipe that you've made before? And the answer is no. But I do this all the time. Literally, I stand and say, okay, what do we have? And then make something out of what we have. My sister used to call me and say, okay, this is what I have. Can you tell me what I can make by putting stuff together? So there you have it. All right, so we're going to start off with a pot of boiling water. I'm going to turn this up just a little bit. I already started it to boil, and we're going to use Orzo. Now, I've used Orzo before on the show, but in case you're new and have never seen it, when Orzo looks almost like a rice. No, I don't know if I'm good or not, Debbie, but, you know, Orzo kind of looks like a rice grain, right? But it's actually a pasta, right? So it's actually a pasta, even though it looks like a rice. I like it because it's very small and it allows you to get that perfect bite, right? So we're gonna use a cup. I say we're gonna use a cup because, oh, there we go. We're gonna use a cup of orzo in my pot, all right? 1 cup, there we go. Cup of orzo, boiling salted water, okay? In we go, and I say salted water, but I did not. So let me go salt the water. I like salty water. Okay, so we've salted our water. We've got our orzo going. Good morning, Terry. Good to see you. I've missed you. You know, Terry, you must have been out and about. Shamima, good to see you. Who did I just see? Joanne, good morning from Michigan. So Terry, you asked for something, and then Rebecca was here last week and she did it. So we'll talk about that in a second. All right, so our orzo is cooking, and then the next thing we're gonna do is, I just have about a tablespoon of butter. Butter, I tell you. I'm gonna turn this on, and I'm gonna just saute a little vegetables. Even when you're cooking out of the pantry and you're using canned goods, I promise you, if you just saute a few things. Hey, Beverly from Wisconsin. If you saute just a few things, it really does amp up the flavor. It amps up the taste. So this is about, if you had a small onion, that would be a small onion diced. If it's a medium-sized onion, maybe about half. Look how cute that is. Who let the dogs out? Woof, woof, woof. That's my new little pattern I love. Anyway, so we'll put, so about, I don't know, half a cup, 3/4 of a cup of onion. And then this is 2 stalks of celery, okay? Again, diced up. Hey, Sally. Hey, Donna, good to see you. And good morning. All right, so again, we got to season, even though I know, you know what Rebecca said the other day about if you're using canned goods, you don't have to salt and pepper. You know me. All right, so there we go. Look at that. I'm gonna put this in there, and then I'm gonna add the garlic in just a bit, okay? Let me just make sure my orzo is not sticking to the bottom of the pan. There we go. Somebody asked me, somebody sent me a text about my spurtle. I told you guys that I had gotten this on Amazon, but I will tell you, interestingly enough, down here in Houston, H-E-B and Kroger have started carrying the bamboo utensils. And so, and even the spurtle size. So this is the spurtle. I don't obviously get any money. I don't do any of that, but there you go. All right, so because I was standing in front of the cabinet and trying to figure out, I missed you too. Hannah was with me Tuesday, so I missed, oh, we did have fun. We did have a big time. So here's what we've got. I'm gonna use a can of cream of chicken soup, crema, right? I'm gonna use a can of chicken. Canned chicken? Yeah, because I was being lazy, right? It really was, what did I have in my pantry? And so this is a big can of chicken that I've just shredded up. You could use leftover rotisserie chicken, leftover chicken that you baked or you boiled or you broiled. Salt is necessary, I know. However kind of chicken, but it's about 2 cups of chicken, shredded chicken. Now, I've got a pretty good sized can of diced green chili. This is actually a 7-ounce can. Most of the time you will see they're a little bit smaller can. They're like the 4 ounces, but the name of this is green chili something, so I wanted the bigger can. The nice thing about green chilies is they're not exactly like hot. Hey, Pashmina, good to see you. I'm doing good. I hope you are too. Green chilies are not exactly hot, but they're very flavorful, I think. We're also gonna add a little sour cream, about a half a cup, and some shredded cheddar cheese. I've got the Mexican blend, but whatever. All right, I gotta put this away so I don't lose what's left. This has a little sticky on it. So there you go, sticky, closed. All right, that's, let's see. Look, onions and celery. That's all that's in there, right? A little butter. You could use oil. I like butter. I like oil and butter. Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and add some fresh garlic. I know that, and this is just 2 cloves of fresh garlic diced up. I know that you guys are going, what happened to all the roasted garlic? And the answer is, with Rebecca here and things going on, you know, we were out of town for a week. I just haven't roasted any. How bad am I? Okay, so now my garlic's in there. Cook, baby, cook. I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and you can use a 9x13, a 10x12, whatever you want. This is actually a 10x10 square, and it's about 3 inches deep. So you can use, you know, whatever your little heart desires, but that's what I'm using. Hey, Lois and Amy, good to see you. I love me some green chilies too, Debbie. Lydia, we're making a green chili orzo and chicken casserole. All right, so while all that's cooking, we're gonna get a bowl. Now, I've got my big old bowl, but I think any large bowl will do. This was on top. I'm gonna go ahead and add my 2 cups of shredded chicken, all right? And again, I'm using canned chicken. Some of you are like, ooh, canned chicken. In a pinch, right? And especially, oh, there's Rebecca from More Polish Pottery. I miss you, sweetie. I miss you, miss you. All right, so we've got our chicken in. 2 cups of chicken. We've got our 7 ounces of green chilies, okay? This is another one of those dumpy recipes. Not like dumpy, anyway. A can of cream of chicken soup, right? In it goes. We've got, and you know, you're gonna ask me, why a half a cup of sour cream? And the answer is, because that is what is left in my container. Literally making this recipe on what is left in the house. I encourage you to try. When I worked for the food mix company that Rebecca and I both worked for, and I was putting together recipes all the time, and people would say, oh, how do you come up with all these recipes, all these good recipes? And the answer was, because I make a lot of bad stuff too. I did not drain those chilies, Susan. I just dumped them in there. So it doesn't look very appetizing at this point, right? Here we go. I'm gonna mix that up. So right now we just have chicken, green chilies, cream of chicken soup, and a half a cup of sour cream. I still think you would love using ghee, butter flavor with high, you know, I probably would. I just don't, I'm sure it's at the grocery store. I have to look at it. All right, so here is our sauteed onion, celery, and garlic. Just dumping that puppy in there. Again, you know how I love my dump recipes. But I still believe it is important when you're using a lot of canned goods, right? You want to give something, you want that homemade flavor in there somehow. And I always believe that if you just saute onion, celery, and some garlic, even if you add a carrot or a green pepper or something like that, that little bit will take your canned goods up to the next level. All right, I am gonna add just a teaspoon. The green chilies give us enough flavor. You notice I haven't put any other seasoning in here. I am gonna use just a teaspoon of taco seasoning. And again, why, Cindy? Well, you know, my homemade taco seasoning has cumin and chili powder and garlic, and so all the flavors that I love. We just don't want to overpower it. We don't want it to make it taste like taco soup, because we want that green chili flavor to come through. So there you go. All right, I need to give my orzo just a stir. Okay, then I went out. I wish Heather Eberly was watching. I bet she's not. Heather Eberly, where are you? Rose, hello, good to see you. I wish Heather Eberly was watching, because we're having technical problems. So when you add a guest to your live broadcast, your guest is slightly different. Please update your app to fix the issue. That's weird. Facebook is sending me notices. So odd. So odd. Anyway, the reason I wanted Heather Eberly to be watching is because she's like the queen of bubble vases. Like, she loves the little vases from More Polish Pottery. And I just wanted to give you a hint. If by chance you don't grow your own cilantro, like I just have a flower pot in the backyard and we grow cilantro. If you buy it from the store, you know, you don't want it to go bad. So I know a lot of times we'd put it in the, leave it in the bag, in the plastic bag, and put it in the refrigerator, and then it gets icky. But if you'll put it in a tiny little vase or a coffee mug or a cup and add a little water in there, it'll stay fresh, and just leave it on the counter. Or you can put it in the refrigerator, either one. It'll stay fresh a lot longer. These are just from my garden, so from outside. So I'm just going to, again, I want to add a few components, even if you're doing mostly canned goods, just one or two aspects of something fresh will take it over the top. And so that way you're able to save money, right? Because you're, you know, or time, because you're using the canned goods. You're not doing everything from scratch. But you still, it doesn't take you so long. Okay, so this is about, let me see, half a cup of fresh chopped cilantro. There are several of you that don't like cilantro, and you know it's a taste thing. It's genetic. Some people say it tastes like, what do they say it tastes like? Well, I don't know. But anyway, if you don't like it, do I have a recipe for hot salsa? Rose, I do. I've made it before. We'll make it again. I usually make it during the summer when the tomatoes and jalapenos are plentiful. So we'll do it again this summer. All right. It tastes like soap. Soap, that's it. People say it tastes like soap. All right, so there's our ingredients. The last thing the next to the last thing we're gonna add is our orzo. Now our orzo is not all the way done, but that's fine because we'll cook it a little bit longer in the refrigerator. I'm gonna use my spider. Now, a lot of people just drain. See what it looks like? See, it's almost doubled in size. Hold on, let me get a little closer so you can see. Look at that. Look at that. Pretty, huh? I'm gonna put this in the bowl. Why don't I drain it? Why don't I just put the colander in the sink and pour this out over? And the answer is, we used a condensed soup and we used sour cream, which is fine. But now I want to add just a little water. And the best thing you can do when you're doing any kind of pasta is to save some of that pasta water because it has that starch in it, right? And that's a good thickener. Thickener, say that. Thickener. All right, so let me get as much of the pasta out of there as possible. And then here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm just gonna take my measuring cup and I'm gonna get about a half a cup of pasta water. Look, if you use one, see, there you go. About a half a cup of pasta water, and I'm gonna put that in there. There we go. All right, now we're done with this. Now you can throw that away, okay? And it's time. We have one last ingredient and then it's going in the oven. All right, we're giving it a stir. Yummy, it smells so good. It smells so good. The last thing we're gonna add in here is shredded cheddar cheese, okay? So when Rebecca came to visit, and I would add at least a cup. But you know me, there's no such thing as too much cheese, really? At least a cup, that's what I would add. Okay, because I like cheesy. Cheesy. Hey, Jamie, good to see you. It is delicious, right? Because it's comfort ingredients, right? So, Love Cindy's Kitchen. Oh, yes. Thank you, Sandra. Good to see you. So, while those of you who weren't with us when Rebecca was here last week, several of you have been asking for a Cindy's Kitchen starter kit. Okay, again, this is my 10 by 10. If you're not using Polish pottery, give it a spray. I'm not giving mine a spray, but there you go. All right, and so I'm gonna pour that in. Look at that. Everything looks to be the perfect bite, right? Onion, garlic, celery, chicken, green chilies, cream of chicken soup, sour cream, fresh cilantro, orzo, and shredded cheddar cheese. I use the Mexi blend, but you know how I am. All right, spread that out. If you like crust on things, you certainly could do a crust. I'm not going for the crust, but you know what I may do is I may just top, just for pretty sake, I may do a little sprinkling of cheddar cheese on the top. How about them? How about them apples, right? Anyway, so several of you have been asking for a Cindy's Kitchen box. So what Rebecca did is really just a kind of a basic little starter kit, literally a starter kit of some things from Cindy's Kitchen. 350 degrees, about 30 minutes, okay? Anyway, in the starter box are 5 different things, and you can purchase it if you want on, the website is allpolishthings.com. All one word, allpolishthings.com, or you can go to morepolishpottery.com, and then there's a link to take you to the shopping. In the search bar up above, you'll see a link, and it'll say Cindy's. You can type in Cindy's box, and there you go. Somebody from the More Polish Pottery Nation already got their box, and she must have picked it up, right? I'm guessing, because she posted this morning that she picked up her Cindy's Kitchen starter box, and she was all excited about what was in it. But luckily, she didn't share what was in it. Girl, you ain't even put that in the oven. Yes, I did. Look, here. I'm going to take you out and show you, okay? Here, look. I did put it in the oven. Can you see? There it is. I don't lie. I don't lie. I did put it in the oven. I'm sorry, but nope. In the oven it went. So there we go. Oh, it was shipped Thursday and arrived Friday. There you go. So there you go, Ms. Shores. I did put it in the oven. Oh. Okay, so then while we're waiting for that to cook, I thought we'd do a little dessert. And this dessert is probably something that you've made before. I used to only make it during the holidays. Do you do that? Are there certain things that you only make them during the holidays, and then at the holiday you go, why do we only make this during the holidays? And this is one of those. So let me ask, is there something that you only make during the holidays, like sweet potato casserole or stuffing, dressing, pumpkin pie, pecan pie? Is there something that you only make during the holidays that you really like and you can't, and you're thinking, why don't I make that all the time? Okay. Now, when I used to make this, I just made it in a cookie sheet, but this is I think it's a 12 by 10, so it's big enough. It's almost the size of a cookie sheet, so this is what I'm using. I'm not lining this with foil or anything. I might give it a spray. Well, maybe. There we go. I'm going to give it a spray. There we go. For those of you who don't have Polish pottery, give it a spray. Then we're going to get some graham crackers. I gotta open these. So there we go. And yes, baked ham. Let's see what everybody says. Spinach artichoke dip. Yeah, why don't we make that more often? Baked ham, turkey breast casseroles. Yum. Thank you very much. My cookware is all imported Polish pottery from Bolesławia. And I get it all from More Polish Pottery. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Dressing. Pigs in a blanket. You only have pigs in a blanket at Christmas? Really? I don't think of pigs in a blanket as a Christmas dish. But you know, who knows? Everybody has different things. And I found out, well, especially like when Rebecca was here, about things that people eat in different parts of the country, right? So there you go. All right, so I'm gonna tilt you down just a wee tad so you can see. I'm literally just laying graham crackers down in the bottom of the baking dish. That's it. You may have to break them. These are like already in 2s. A lot of times they come in 4s or 6s, but these are already in 2s. Blackberry bread pudding French toast. Debbie, yum. Cheesecake, fudge, dressing. If I made fudge all the time, I would be 100 times bigger than I already am. And that's pretty big. So there we go. All right, let me see. You know, it's funny when you're trying to, it's like making a puzzle. Okay, there we go. Ta and da. There we go. All right, it doesn't have to necessarily go all the way out to the edge, but there we go. Graham crackers in the bottom. How many? Oh, it takes 3 days? Oh, wow. Pumpkin coffee, only able at Thanksgiving. Okay. Certain cookies at Christmas. I know. The blackberry bread pudding French toast takes 3 days? Wow. Okay, so you're gonna ask me how many graham crackers, and my answer is I don't know. However many it takes to cover the bottom. I'm tiny. Ha! 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 I say. I saw that picture, that old picture of you from when you were modeling, Terry. T90, and you haven't gotten that much bigger. All right, so that's what we do there. In a pan, we're gonna need another pan. Well, a bigger boat. Okay, so just a saucepan. And we're gonna need a cup of butter. Now, remember, a half a cup is a stick, right? I know you guys know this, but you know, maybe there's somebody watching that doesn't cook a whole lot. So 1 stick of butter is a half of a cup. So if something calls for a whole cup of something, then we use 2 sticks of butter. Salted butter, unsalted butter. Well, this is salted, but you can use whatever your little heart desires. Okay, so we've got a cup of butter, and we're gonna use a cup. I expect this when I'm up there. Oh, how funny. We're gonna use a cup of brown sugar. Now, this is my 1/4 cup. Remember, when you do brown sugar, you pack. When you do flour, you just level it off, right? But brown sugar, you pack. And so this is my little 1/4 thing. Sorry. Because that's what fits in here. So there we go. All right. There we go. So a cup of butter and a cup of sugar. You know what I'm making. Yes, Susan. Okay, I'm going to put that on the stove. Come on. There we go. All right. I love brown sugar. Don't you love brown sugar? Homecoming, day 1. Homemade yeast bread. Day 2, assemble and bake, refrigerate. Oh my Lord, that's a lot of steps. You know me. Quick, easy, yummy. That is not quick. It looks a little difficult, but I'm sure it's very, very yummy. Hello, Denise. Good to see you. All right, so we did 2 sticks of butter, which is 1 cup. Easy to remember. 1 cup of butter, 1 cup of brown sugar. Now, the other thing you can add, if you so desire, at this point, is a cup of chopped pecans or any kind of chopped nuts. You know that here in Cindy's kitchen, the family is not a big nut. We're not big nut people. I mean, we're nutty, but we're not big nut people. And so I'm leaving the nuts out. But I will put that as an option when I post the recipe. Most of you probably like nuts. Tell me, what is your favorite nut? Are you a pecan, an almond, a cashew, a macadamia? Trying to think of different nuts. Walnut. Tell me, what is your favorite nut? It could be Cindy. Cindy could be your favorite nut. All right. So I've got my graham crackers in here. I've got my butter and my brown sugar cooking. Oh, you know what, Jess? Did you take my cookbook away? It's to my right. Oh, she put it over here. Okay. The dogs went bazonkers. Pecan or walnut, anything covered in chocolate. Ooh, yum. Cashews. I like cashews too. If I'm cooking or making a salad or something that sweet, I like to use almonds. I know my mom likes pecans. Pecans. In the South, pecans are a big deal. Just not me. Walnut. Got some walnuts in there. Pecan. I wonder if it's a Southern thing that pecans are. I don't know. I keep toasted pecans and walnuts on hand for salads and other toppings. Angie, that's a smart thing. Love pecans. Grandson has a life-threatening. Oh, well then, yeah, no nuts in the house. Pistachios. My youngest daughter, Linda Sue, loves pistachios. Philip. So Philip is watching my hubby. My favorite nut is definitely Cindy. All right, yeah, I'm a nut. I'm a nut. Okay, now, once this is, let me give this a stir. Oh, it's almost melted. So our butter, I didn't leave out. I had to get some out of the freezer. Do you keep your, I go to Sam's or Costco and I buy a lot of butter because I go through a lot of butter. Don't judge me. So we're still going. We're bringing this to a boil, which is almost kind of at a boil, but we need to make sure all the butter melts. I know, he's a sweetie. I think I'm gonna keep him. You love nuts, but not in food. Donna, I get that. I do. I don't mind eating a handful of cashews, but I don't know that I necessarily want them in what I'm eating. So there you go. Anyway, so as soon as this comes to a boil, we're gonna take this off, and that's gonna be poured over our graham crackers. I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees. We need to do that. And then, here's your options. Family of 7, no judgment, bulk is awesome. I do. I buy all the canned goods in bulk. I buy meat in bulk and then come home and divide it up. Yeah, because you save money. I'm all about saving the money. Okay, are we there? Almost. Almost there. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna take this off the heat. It's boiling. Yum. Look at that. Look how gorgeous that is. That is so good. So good. I wonder if, hold on. Let me move that. I wonder if I took my little, well, the little one's not in here. I'm just gonna take my whisk, just so that butter and that brown sugar are totally mixed up. Because you know, you want your brown sugar melted. That's why you bring this to a boil. You want your butter to melt, but you also want your brown sugar to get all yummy, right? Okay, so now that we've got all this melted, let me see, whoops. Okay, now that we have all this melted, we're gonna pour this over our graham crackers. You can do this in a cookie sheet, that's fine. You can do it in a cookie sheet that has foil on it, or parchment paper, or whatever. Whatever floats your boat. Oh, so good. So good. Yum. All right. Ah and daw, look at that. Okay, so it's all covered. Can you see? My graham crackers, they be covered. They be gone, they be covered. Now, here's your options. A lot of times, I will cover this whole thing with chocolate chips. But I thought, maybe not everybody wants chocolate chips today. Although, you know, chocolate for me. These are mini chocolate chips, but you can use whatever. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go down in a line like this. Whoa, or not. There we go. I'm gonna use, what is this? This is a 12-ounce bag. So I'm gonna use about 6 ounces. I like lots of chocolate. I'm gonna use about 6 ounces. And like I said, these are the minis, but use what is in your pantry. That's what I did. I used what was in my pantry. All right, so I'm gonna put those all along here. Okay, you may think this is too much chocolate. But I'm gonna go with, but they're minis. That's what I'm going with, okay? All right, so there's the chocolate chips, because empty, I just wanted to empty the bag. And then on this side, because although this bag I haven't even opened, on this side, I have chocolate on my hand. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna add butterscotch chips. Because, you know, maybe some of you don't like chocolate. Although I inadvertently got chocolate on this side too. Because, you know, I got carried away with the chocolate chips. All right, so butterscotch on this side. Again, I preheated the oven to 350 degrees. And so what's gonna happen is these are gonna melt while they're in there. It only needs to be in there for like 10 minutes. But it'll be warm enough that the chips will melt and then we can use a spatula and spread all those out. Okay, there we go. Chocolate, butterscotch, yum. 350-degree oven. Here we go. Ugh. Okay, there we go. Now, you know that Saturdays on Cindy's Kitchen, who would have chosen, I'm curious, would you have done the chocolate chips or the butterscotch chips? Or would you have done, you could do peanut butter chips. Jessica really likes, they have these coffee flavored chips. She likes those. They have peppermint chips. They have Andy's mince things you could use. What kind of chips would you use if you were gonna make this? You make the dish for the holidays only, right? See, me too, right? So if you were making this dish, what kind of chip would you use? That for you, remember, this is for you, not for the rest of the family. You get to choose what the chip is. Oh, both. Janet, girl after my own heart. Chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. There's a whole bunch of chocolates in there. Chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. You know, usually on Saturday on Cindy's Kitchen, we do an adult beverage. Where do you find coffee chips? We just got them at the grocery store. You want to get them down and we'll see what brand they are? You ordered your Polish pottery kit, Carolyn? Oh, I'm so excited for you to get it. Dark chocolate minis. Yum. Yes, yes. Combine the chips. Oh, toffee chips. Yes, you could use toffee chips. Those would be delightful. Yum, yum, yum. Anyway, we usually do an adult beverage, but quite franco, espresso chip and dark chocolate. Yum. That's what it is. It's espresso. It's not coffee. The same as I use. Charlene, okay. Both and maybe a mix of nuts. Oh, Lydia, that would be a good idea. Good, good. I'm glad, Dana, that you will try others. Ooh, white and milk. Oh, what a great idea, Chelsea. Chocolate lover here, yes. Can I repost the link for the kit? Jamie, yes, I will try. I will try. Rebecca, are you still on? I bet she's not because she's getting ready for her show, her live at noon. If you just go to allpolishthings.com, Jamie, allpolishthings.com, but we'll post it on there and then type in Cindy's box in the search engine. But anyway, so we normally do an adult beverage. I just didn't have time to come up with an adult beverage. So I went and I just found the Frangelica. You know, Frangelica is not a liqueur that is modern, right? You don't really hear of a whole lot of drinks or people that use Frangelica. Add a little kosher salt too. Yes. Ooh, caramel, salted caramel. Yum. This is just not something that people use a whole lot anymore. But I remember when I was growing up, this was the thing, right? This was a lot of drinks had Frangelica in it. Do you have this in your house? Do you have Frangelica? If you've never used it or never heard of it, I like what it says. According to legend, Friar Angelico, right? So a monk lived 3 centuries ago in the rolling hills of Piedmont in the shadow of the Italian Alps. Ooh, isn't this a great story already? Through his love and knowledge of nature, he created a precious liquor made from carefully selected hazelnuts and other secret ingredients. We continue the tradition by proudly offering this fine liqueur in honor of his name. And so there you go. It's a hazelnut liqueur. And really, so I'm being kind of boring today. Sorry that I'm being boring. Although, I may not be boring because I can't get the lid off. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Arthritis hands. It's cold and rainy here, and so my hands don't. And so just a splash of the, do I need to shake it? No. So most things you think of that go in coffee are cream-based, like, you know, Kahlua has that, Bailey's has the cream base. This is just like a clear liqueur, so you can see it going in. You can do a little shot, or you can just pour. And then that gives us that wonderful hazelnut flavor. I can't find a spoon, so I'm gonna use the bottom half of the measuring cup. Oh, so good. So how many of you have had Frangelica or you have it in your pantry? So good. It might be our age. Joanne's a rum chata girl. Yeah, but all the rum chata is gone from the house. Yes, add it to your holiday drink. It's kind of fun, and I like hazelnut. You would think that because hazelnut is such a popular coffee cream flavor, that Frangelico would be more popular as a liqueur. Okay, I think our casserole should be done. Let me go check. Oh, cheese is melted. That's good enough for me. Huh? Look at this. Yum and yum. Now, I would let this set. I would probably actually cook it for another 10 minutes because the cheese needs to melt just a little bit longer. And then when it comes out of the oven, I would let it set for 5 or 10 minutes. Because, why, Cindy? And here's the because. Because. Okay, I would do it because we've used condensed soup and we've used cheese. Heat, when you use all those things, and sour cream, make them more liquidy, right? And so we have a more liquidy, you like my cup? It's dragonflies, right? Dragonfly heaven. They're aqua and then a kind of a sky blue. I really like that. Anyway, so the heat makes all of that liquidy, very liquid. And so what you want to do then is you want to let it set. And so as the heat goes away, everything kind of sucks back in together, right? And so all the molecules, I feel like I'm Alton Brown right now, right? All the molecules change, and instead of being all la 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 because of the heat, it's hot, then they go, oh, it's cooling down. And then okay, we don't need to be so excited anymore. So there you go. I don't think they advertise either. I don't know. You love rum chata too, Jamie. I know. Anyway, so I really would let this set. All right, let me check my graham crackery thing. It's in the top. It only needs 10 minutes, but I don't think it's been in there for 10 minutes. So there you go. All right, you can serve this. So this is like a pasta dish, right? And normally when I'm serving pasta, I want to think about a bread to go with it. But I'm torn because this is more of a Mexican dish. And so I don't really think of bread with Mexican dish. I think more of chips. But I'm uncertain. Obviously, I could serve a green salad with this. What would be your suggestions? So we have this casserole with chicken and orzo and green chilies and all of that. What would be your recommendation at your house? What would you serve with this? Again, a green salad is easy peasy. But if you were gonna serve a bread or chips, like tortilla chips or something like that, what would you choose? I'm interested to hear. I'm gonna get a bowl so we can dish blue taco chips. Debbie, that is festive. I like that idea. Vicky, I missed you. All right, I'm gonna go get a bowl. Get a bowl so that we can taste some of this. Yummy, yummy. Where is my brand new? Hold on, I'm looking. Here we go. And maybe get the plate. Okay, so I'm just gonna make you all jealous because there's not very many of these available. Oh, Cindy got her Monet bowl. Yes, I did. This Monet pattern is like, is that the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? She sells out of these as soon as warm tortillas. Now that's an idea. See, Anne, I was thinking garlic bread too, but I just wasn't certain. I associate garlic bread with Italian. And so this is more of a Mexican flavor. So I don't know. All right, let me get a spoon. Like I said, I really would, it kind of needs to set just a little bit longer, but we're just gonna go because you know we have to taste. So here we go. See, it's a little soupy. Oh, you know what? This might be nice just to eat with chips, right? I may get some chips out and look. All right, so here we go. Look at that. Look how yummy that looks. You can see the celery, right? The green celery. You can see the fresh cilantro in there. Let me pull back. The melty cheese. How good is that? All right, so instead of a spoon, how about we get out the Tostitos? Obviously, this is a high-class place. Just get out the bag of Tostitos, right? Avocado and tomato salad. Oh, that sounds good. Mexican cheese on bread. Oh, okay, so we use Anne's, I like Terry salad, avocado and tomato salad. That would be good. And then we use Anne's suggestion of the bread, but Mom's suggestion of putting the Mexican cheese on top of it. Okay, so I could use a spoon or a fork to eat this, but because it's not set up all the way, I'm gonna use a chip. I know, too many carbs, right? Chips and pasta. It's hot. How do you think it's gonna taste? How do you think? Mm. Mmm. Mmm, 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 mmm. Oh, you need to come to my house. Hold on, I need another chip. Oh. Considering I've never made this before, and it was just stuff that was in the pantry, you should come to my house. That is so good. It is really hot, but so good. Look at that. You know what? If this was not enough stuff in it for you, you could add corn, you could add hominy, you could add black beans, pinto beans. On the border chips. Are they better? Oh, it's so good. It's creamy. It's cheesy. It's cheesy. All right, let's get out our dessert, shall we? Wow, butter. Oh, I think I used too much butter. Now again, this needs to, I need another spatula. 2, I tell you. Okay, look, I have 2 that match. These are my old Tupperware ones. They don't make these kind anymore. They're like, I don't know, 20 years old. I know, well, I'm eating it as a dip in front of you, but I'm gonna get a spoon in a bit. And, oh look, I can do it together. No, I'm not. All right, again, I'm just gonna take you see how I'm taking the spatula? Because they're very warm and they'll melt, okay? We really used a lot of butter. But you know, I might should use a little less butter. I've never made it in this particular dish. Okay, I've kind of spread out the chocolate chips. See, there you go. And now I'm gonna do the butterscotch ones on this side, okay? These aren't melty all the way. The other ones melted a little bit better because they were the minis. Was it even in there a full 10 minutes? No, it wasn't in there a full 10 minutes. Okay, so I probably should put it back in. Doggone it. Don't you think we should taste everything? We're past our time. We're past our time. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I really wanna taste it with you watching, but I would also put chopped up toffee on top. Oh, Patricia, that sounds good. Okay. I know that I should put this back in the oven and let it cook a little longer. Oh, but, hold on. It needs to set. It needs to cook longer. This looks very awful. It doesn't look pretty at all. Sorry, it doesn't look pretty at all, but I don't care. I don't care. I have to taste it. And then I'm gonna stick it back in the oven because I feel bad that it's not all the way done, but I also feel like we have to take a bite. If I burn my mouth, oh, okay, let me just stop that. It's hot. So it's just butter, brown sugar, graham crackers, and then chocolate chips on the top. It needs to cook the full 10 minutes. Oh, still burn my mouth. This is so above my mouth. Mm. I love the chocolate one. Oh, so good. Okay, that's good. Except I really burnt the roof of my mouth. Hi, Chihuahua, mama. It's bad. Well, I'm not limited in time, but I always like to respect everybody. You know, if I say 45 minutes, I like to be respectful of people's time because I know you guys have stuff to do. It's Saturday. You have a life. It doesn't involve me. Okay, but even though it's not done yet, and I'm going to stick it back in the oven, it tastes so good. All right, so this is going to go back in the oven so that we cook it the whole 10 minutes. This is already, look, remember I showed you it was kind of saucy? Saucy. Look, it's already thickening up because we let it set. See how it's already setting up? Look at that, see? This is so good. Oh my gosh, you need this. All right, I think we're done. Take a spoonful of white sugar, hold it on the roof of your mouth with your tongue. Really? Quick, sugar and a spoon. We're gonna see if this works. I mean, I'm late already. All right, so should I sing just a spoonful of sugar? Nope. All right, I don't need this, I just need a spoonful. A spoonful of sugar, let me see what she said to do. White sugar, hold it on the roof of your mouth with your tongue, okay? It's very sweet. Hey, it kind of worked. Who'd have thought? Of course, I just ate a big spoonful of white sugar, but it still hurts a little bit. But it did take away the sting, so that's a good thing. Thank you, Loisam. All right, that's it for today. I hope you guys had a great time. Don't forget, those of you who are interested in getting the Cindy starter box, don't forget to head over to morepolishpottery.com and start shopping. Just type in the search bar Cindy's box and you can get the little starter kit. Contains 5 things that I use every day. Hint, hint, hint. I'm just saying. All right, you guys have an awesome day. Great rest of your weekend. From my kitchen to yours, may everything that you cook be quick, easy, and of course, most importantly, yummy. I will see you guys again on Tuesday. Have an awesome rest of the weekend. Bye.